Hey, what's going on, everyone? Daniel Betancourt here, and today we've got a special guest. This is Coach Michael Hellickson, the CEO of Club Wealth Coaching and Consulting, and it's a pleasure to have you today. And I like saying this because I saw you say it in one of your videos, formerly the number one agent on planet Earth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a pretty cool feather in your cap, if I may say so.
It was pretty neat. It's funny. And everybody asked me, well, did you set out to be the number one agent on planet Earth? I'm like, man, I didn't even set out to be number one in my state. Like I just worked. I didn't actually have that as a goal. It just kind of happened. So
you leveraged all that success. You started the coaching company Club Wealth, which I've been a part of for years. And I began coaching with you alongside you a couple years ago, which has been an amazing experience. And so you've been touring the country, and you've got an amazing event coming up, Leads, Listings, and Leverage. So I've been getting my team all excited about it, and there's starting to be some community chatter about it. So I thought, let's have you on and chat a little bit about it live.
I'm super excited about the event, and I think it's coming up here on Wednesday of next week,
next Wednesday,
the 11th, right? Yeah. And so basically what we're going to do is it's going to be a 3-hour event. And we're going to go deep on leads, listings, and leverage. And we're going to talk about the 5 things that you have to do if you want to be successful in real estate. You want to not only survive, but you want to thrive in 2023. And I'm going to show everybody in 3 hours. And this is what's really interesting. Nobody ever believes me until they show up to these things. But I'm going to show everybody in 3 hours exactly what they need to do to make an extra $100,000 in 2023. An extra, regardless of what your income is right now. I'm going to show you how to make an extra $100,000 in 2023. And if you don't agree by the end of the 3 hours together that you've learned exactly what you need to do to make an extra $100,000 in 2023, you let me know. I'll Venmo you $1,000.
Yes.
And I've never had anybody ask me for the $1,000 because they all come out of there with pages and pages and pages of notes and everything they need to be able to go and make that extra $100,000.
Well, we're excited to have you in Orlando. When was your last visit to Orlando, by the way? Because I can't remember it, and I've gotten so much positive feedback from the events that you've been doing in all these other cities that we've been having FOMO over here.
Yeah, I don't think I've been in Orlando for it could be as long as a decade ago. It's been a long time. I can't remember the last time I was in Orlando. In fact, I can't remember. I'll bet it's been at least 5 to 7 years since I've done an event in Florida. And we've got 3 coming up in just next week. Actually, I'm sorry, we got 2 coming up next week. We got Orlando and Boca Raton coming up next week. I'm glad to get back there. We definitely need to spend a little bit more time in Florida. I think there's a lot of agents there that would love to take their game to the next level. And specifically, when we talk about things like, lead generation, lead follow-up, lead conversion, exactly how to do those things. Where do I get the leads? How do I follow up with them? How do I make sure those leads convert into appointments and those appointments convert into actual listings?
Right.
These are things that I think agents really need to learn right now because the market's shifted, man. It's continuing to shift. It's not over yet. We have not hit bottom yet, not even close. And it's going to get harder for most agents before it gets any easier. And I think we're going to see a mass exodus out of the business. In 2007 to 2011, we lost 25% of all the agents in the real estate business. And already, crazy. Oh, isn't it? But it's not. It's unnecessary too. Like that doesn't need to happen. There's ways to prevent that. I look at in one market in Texas, there were 968 agents scheduled to renew in October. And of those, only 742 renewed. That's 20. I think it was like 23% or something like that that did not renew. That's huge in 1 month.
That's a sad statistic, and it's something that we see whenever the market goes from a seller's market to a buyer's market. You often see that shift, and the Realtor Association, they start huddling on trying to figure out what to do. They were relying on all that income that they were getting. And so it doesn't have to happen. Like you said, it doesn't have to happen. Like there's transactions happening all the time. And our job is to be a part of as many of those transactions as possible. So, and you're an expert at that. And that's why your coaching company has been amazing for me. And so we're excited to have you down here and looking forward to seeing you. You're going to be in South Florida the day before in Boca Raton. And we have Coach Jason Lash there. And
That's right.
I just got off the phone with Coach Jason Lash, and he's also excited to have you in Boca Raton on the 10th, January 10th.
Yeah, we just, it's funny. I just did an event with him in Michigan. So he works in he's got teams in 2 different markets, one in Michigan and one in Florida.
Right.
And we just did an event with him up in Michigan, and it was very well attended and really good feedback. And he actually ended up making some really good connections at that event. And so that was super valuable for everybody, I think. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to get down there and see everybody. And, I got to tell you, it's, if we can just get everybody to come away with one thing that they will actually implement in the next 12 months, it could change their career forever. And as a coach, you know that. I mean, Daniel, you've been a club wealth coach now for a long time, and you're a very good coach. And by the way, not trying to gild the lily here, but the reality is you are beloved by all of your coaching clients. We've had really good feedback on you. And a lot of these things that need to be done, and it's hard to convey these things to the agents in a way that's easy to understand, easy to duplicate, easy to implement, and that will make enough impact that they will actually go do it. And so that's why we do these events. If we can get you to come out to the event, get you to really consume the material, and then go and implement it, then guess what? It could literally change your career. So
yes.
In fact,
and I don't know if you can see Jason Lash is actually commenting. He's giving us a few comments here. He says we need an expansion team in Mars. And he also says hi, team, because we are speaking well about him. So
now, does he mean in
awesome.
Mars or on Mars? I'm like, because I could see Jason expanding to Mars, the planet. That would not surprise me at all. But I think
yes,
about Mars, Florida. Yeah. So let's see. We got Amna is also saying. Let's see. He's just self-promoting it there. But yes, Jason, I'm looking forward to seeing you down there. And let's get him a link before we forget, so that people get signed up for this thing, and we can keep talking. But I think at least we want to get him a link. So if you guys go ahead.
Yeah. So repeat the website again. I'm going to be putting the link up in the description and in the comments, so that way people can go and click on the link and register for the event. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a 3-hour event next Wednesday, and we're expecting a lot of agents. So I'm really excited about it. And just based on how I've seen them executed in other cities, the feedback's been incredible. So you've got the link there, clubwealth.com/events. And
now let's do this though, because normally the tickets for this are $197, but because Daniel is a coach with Club Wealth, he's got some extra tickets that he's acquired that you can take advantage of if you use Coach Daniel's promo code. So when you go to the website, it's going to say it's $197 a ticket, and everybody that gets a ticket that just goes online, that's what they pay. But if you use the promo code DB, the number 1, right? So DB1, you put that in as a promo code, and you will be able to get one of Daniel's tickets at no cost. And so now there's only he's only got so many of his tickets. So, it's not, and we've already got, I think we've got 100 and something people registered.
It was 180 as of yesterday.
Yeah.
There was about 186 registrants so far, RSVPs. Yeah. So
it's going to be
pretty exciting.
It's going to be a packed event. Yeah. So make sure you use that promo code DB1. And I don't know how many we can guarantee, but Daniel, if I remember right, I thought you had 4 or 5 tickets still that you had that were unclaimed. So if and it looks like our event coordinator is saying, he's just updating us, it's 195 registrants as of this morning. And so yes. And Benjamin, could you make sure I know for sure, am I correct on that number? Is it 4 tickets or 5 tickets that Coach Daniel has still available that he's already acquired that they can get at no cost? And maybe you could just put that in the chat.
The numbers are growing fast, and the event's going to be at Lou Gardens. So if you are in Central Florida, you know where Lou Gardens is. It's a beautiful botanical gardens. It has some sentimental value and meaning to my wife and I. That's where our wedding reception was, at Lou Gardens. So it's a beautiful setting, and it's going to be next Wednesday. So register for the event. We look forward. Get there early. Bring your Remarkables and notepads and iPads and Android pads if you're Hellickson's way. The Android
I'm an
pad.
Android guy, you know that. I was just kidding. But there's nothing wrong with iPads. They're good stuff too.
Yeah.
But it's interesting you
So,
mentioned that because I really hope that everybody comes prepared to focus and take lots of notes. And I'll tell you why. Because first of all, we only get 3 hours together. And we're going to go rapid fire. It's going to feel like you're getting fed by a fire hose. And so you guys need to take lots of notes. If you don't take notes, you're only going to retain about 4% of what we talk about. Those of you that take notes, you'll retain between 8 and 12%. Those of you that take notes and then you teach someone subsequent to that what you learned, you'll retain between 18 and 21% of what you learned. And that's the goal, right? We want to get you to retain as much of the information as possible and then go implement it. Now, the other thing that I would recommend is make sure that you've got somebody else taking care of your business while you're gone for these 3 hours. We want to make sure that you're not having to worry about text messages coming in or emails or whatever, again, because you want to be able to focus and take as much away from this as humanly possible, because I don't know if or when I'm going to be back in Florida. And so I've got this one shot to get you everything I can. And I'm going to show you, I'll give you an example of one of the things I'm going to teach you guys. So we've got a young agent, 20 years old, that this year, or sorry, 2022 was his first year in the business. And he started, 2 weeks before the new year. So he's got a year and 2 weeks into the business, right? Well, in his first year, he literally listed 97 homes as a 20-year-old kid, brand new agent. 97 homes listed, not counting his team. He's even also built a little team. He's got another team member that did 46 listings, who's 21 years old. So my point behind this is this: if he can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to show you exactly how at the event. So make sure you get signed up. Go to clubwealth.com/events. Use the promo code DB1. That's dog boy, the number one, right?
well, Daniel Betancourt won.
There you go. That's really what it actually stands for. It's Daniel Betancourt one. So that said, use that promo code and you will be able to get that ticket at no cost. If you're one of the first 5, because there's Benjamin did verify that there's just 5 of those available. And anybody subsequent to that would have to pay the $197. But for the first 5 people, you'll be able to get that at no cost. So that said, Coach Daniel, anything else that we want to make sure we cover today while we're on?
That's it, for today. I look forward to as many of you who are watching this or you see this, I look forward to seeing you next week at Lou Gardens, the beautiful Lou Gardens, near downtown Orlando, just north of downtown Orlando. And it's going to be great. And, come prepared to take notes, silence your text messages and all that stuff for a few hours. Like Coach Michael said, have someone overseeing your business while you're gone. And we look forward to seeing you then. You can message me if you want some more details. And thank you, Coach Michael, for being on here live with me today.
I am absolutely excited. And you know what? Before I forget, I'm going to show you guys I want to tell you one more tip I'm going to give you when we get to the event. I'm going to teach you guys how to make an extra 16% on every transaction you do without having to do another transaction. And that you guys are probably thinking to yourselves, how in the world is that possible? It's super easy. And it's literally it'll take you 2 minutes on each appointment to get that extra 16%. I'll show you exactly how at the event. So go to clubwealth.com/events and use the promo code DB1. Get one of those 5 tickets that are available that Daniel's acquired for you, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, and I just wanted one more thing. The content that you'll be covering is good for everybody. You've got brokers, broker owners, team leaders, team members, buyers agents, listing agents. Everyone can take away a ton of value from this event. And no matter what brokerage you're from, no matter what level of experience you are in real estate, you can take away some value from this event. So just want to throw that out there.
That's actually a really good point, because there's so many events out there that are brand specific, and this one's not. This is a very brand agnostic event. And to your point, we have administrative assistants come to these events. We have team leaders, some of the biggest team leaders in the country. I've had people literally drive 11 hours each way to come to these events we're bringing right to your neighborhood. And so definitely get there and bring your whole team. You'll be glad you did. If you're a team leader, and if you're a solo agent, make sure you get out there as well. But just again, come prepared to take lots of notes. So, Daniel, you're bringing your whole team as well. I mean, you've got a fairly strong team there in Orlando.
Got 10 agents on the team, so I'm going to be coming strong with as many of them as possible.
That's awesome.
Going to hopefully there'll be 11 of us there. So that's the plan.
Good for you, man. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. You're killing it, man. Good for you. That's awesome. Well, good stuff. Well, that said, we'll see you guys at the event. Make sure it's Wednesday, the 11th at 9 a.m. Make sure you get signed up, clubwealth.com/events, and use that promo code DB1.
Thank you all.